Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video on Peace Beats with Dan Blackwell. Today we are going further down the Ren rabbit hole with a song that was requested over my Buy Me a Coffee, and if you would like to request a song as well, my Buy Me a Coffee link is in the description and the comments. Anything at all is greatly appreciated. I'll reply with a video and of course get to your request. Now this song is Ren Penitence featuring Molly McKinna. I've never heard Molly McKinna sing before. I'm assuming she's a singer. She might be a rapper. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know what to expect. I don't know anything. Yeah. Let's see. Let's find out what I know. Let's get into this. And I'm always excited getting into a Ren song. I never know what to expect, and I never know how to kind of emotionally prepare myself, because whatever that emotion is going to be from the song, I know it's going to be strong. So, let's see.
Lately, I think I was over time in my chest, beating slower like the clouds, the color of them fading out, fading out.
I just want to take a moment to address the art of this video. It's very, very beautiful. This in particular I really like. It's got that Picasso style to it. It's one of those pictures you can look at for a very long time. And video wise, I like that they're not rushing through things. There's a bit of a stylistic thing at the moment with a lot of music videos, which I don't dislike, but it's very fast paced. You'll get like a second or 2 seconds of an amazing scene and then it goes on to the next thing. It's very feed the consumer of the video, you know, and I think this video, it's got a very nice slow pace to the artwork of it. It's very gentle, and I think it helps with the music, with Molly's beautiful voice. It just calms you, doesn't it? And lulls you in to this sort of just very relaxed state. So yeah, I just wanted to point out the artwork first of all, and just how perfect it is for this music. And yeah, she has a very, very nice voice. It reminds me of somebody. It's on the tip of my brain, but I can't quite place it. But it's this delicate, broken style of singing. It's very, very nice. But now we've kind of had this slight musical turn. It was very slow and very soothing, but a sense of urgency has come in, a sense of somewhat discomfort with the piano. It's just kind of brought in this dun 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 dun, and I suspect that Ren is going to come in soon, and yeah, let's find out. Let's find out.
I counted the days she left like a prisoner, etching markings on my skin with an old knife, scratching. You see, I wanted the physical to match the psychological, and yet no matter how hard I dug, I still could not match that pain. I longed for reasons, I sung with demons, I sat in a dark dusty room, barely moving, breathing. I chewed through my own umbilical cord attached to her navel. I wanted to be separate. I think
There's a lot to read into with that. And first of all, musically, I like he has this singing that's going on almost as a backing vocal style. It's quite processed and it's quite sort of there in the back, and it's very in the mix of the instrumental very beautifully. But Ren's lead vocal here, it's more like a spoken word than a rap, and it's a poem, isn't it? You know, and a very beautiful one. And I think he described self-harm very well there. To anybody who kind of doesn't understand self-harm, it is this thing of turning mental pain into physical pain in order to ease the mental pain, as if you can transmit one to the other, and that physical is something a lot easier to cope with than mental pain. And it's true, isn't it? You know, because some mental pains, losing somebody, or a horrible breakup, losing the person you love, you know, like, you know, no, I don't necessarily mean passing away, like they're just not in your life anymore. Sometimes that can feel like the same thing. If you can kind of lose somebody, it feels like they die a little bit, you know what I mean? Because you're never ever going to see them again. And that can be a very, very difficult thing to deal with mentally. And that is how self-harm becomes a habit, because you don't have the tools to deal with whatever you're struggling with mentally, and therefore you turn to physical pain. And you know, there are many ways that can manifest, and it's very difficult to kind of get a grip of and stop. I mean, I was always that kid myself who would always like bang his head on the floor and punch himself in the head from a very young age. Rather than lashing out, I was never violent, I was never aggressive towards anybody else. That just wasn't my way, but I was always very violent and aggressive towards myself. It was this feeling of guilt, not being good enough, being frustrated at my own skin, my own body, my own mind, just like, so I was kind of prone to that. And I got into a habit when I was a kid of, I would try and sort of hurt myself in order to control the pain I was in, you know? So like, nobody could beat me up or hurt me more than I could beat myself up and hurt myself. That gave me control, if that makes sense. It gave me control of who was in charge, because if everything's happening to you, and it doesn't have to be physical, you know, not everybody was kind of like experiences a lot of violence when they're young or anything, but a lot of mental things, it can become this control thing where you're controlling. If you're receiving so much kind of negativity, you can kind of find a way to control that with how you treat yourself, and that kind of can make you feel better, but ultimately you're only contributing to your own self-destruction. You're only making it worse, and you're not doing anything good for yourself by doing that. And it's a horrible, horrible habit to get into. And I would implore anybody who is in a cycle of self-harm for whatever reason, it becomes very normal, I know, and it becomes as normal as getting dressed in the morning to hurt yourself. And it takes a great deal of practice and mindset to get yourself out of it. But if you can just do this one thing today, I just want you to try and make a change in your mindset. It's not going to stop straight away. And don't berate yourself even more for when you don't succeed straight away. It's a process, but you can overcome this. And I really hope that through music and through surrounding yourself by good people and getting bad people out of your life, and finding ways to be good to yourself, find positive things that can replace those negative things that feel like positive things. They tell you they're positive, you know, in your mind, those little gremlins that tell you that hurting yourself's a good thing, that's going to make you feel better. Because, you know, for a moment maybe it does. Ultimately, it's not, and you need to stop listening to them, and you need to start stop it. Just you know what I mean? Just don't try. Just try. And that's the first step, is try. Okay. That was one hell of a tangent, sorry. Just brought up some things that I just think he articulated self-harm and how it works mentally very, very well there. But there was more. I want to kind of go back and just get those in again, because there was more to what he was saying there than just that one part. I just kind of latched onto that one bit and it just got me down a train of thought. So let's go back a little bit and get back into the song.
Dusty room, barely moving, breathing. I chewed through my own umbilical cord attached to her navel. I wanted to be separate. I think my mind is leaking. Solitude is so depleting.
I did it to myself. I know that you are faithful. I did it for my health. How come I'm still unstable and falling far from hell? The suicidal angel who's lost my wings and fell, falling so ungraceful, vanished into hell.
I wish that I could stop crying. They say that the body is 70% water. I feel like I must have reduced mine by a considerable fraction. Newton's third theory states that for every action there must be an equal and opposite counter-reaction. And so I retrace my steps and try to find reasons in the arms of my demons, cause I can't find healing if I can't find meaning. A conundrum, leaning on my dom nom, feelings how the news high, beaming when I hung from ceilings when I run from demons that are living in my head and escape fate and disapparate, evaporate, evacuate and inactivate fate. But it cut the brakes, now I'm driving my universe into a lake and away. Weight of the world, don't wait, we make mistakes when it's all a state. For goodness sake, a double take, but I don't want to eat that cake. I ruminate inside meaning to illuminate a dark mind. I communicate without speaking, and I've seen so much I went blind-eyed. Why? I live in a lie with the lion inside, living a lie with the lion inside of my mind. It's hungry for my sanity, I live in a lie with the lion inside, living a lie with the lion inside of my mind. It's hungry and I don't know why. Pressure drop, deep breath, time stops, a broken, etc. ... Pressure drop, pressure drop, pressure drop. I feel it consuming, I can't stop. ... The lines join the dots and I'm tying knots. Then divide and multiply, square the root of pi, beat the puzzle. I try to keep my mind focused on the line. Hopscotch and pop rocks, I take shots of teardrops. When I drop a pill pop, I find peace and time stops.
So, Ren is special, and I wonder if his kind of, the struggles he's had, he's kind of, he's had struggles like beyond his age, hasn't he? You know what I mean? He's it's almost, with his health problems and everything, it's like he's lived a full life of a much fuller spectrum of suffering than a lot of people have, and he has this kind of maturity that is outstanding on its own, but the way he's managed to take that maturity and take a pen and write it down and turn it into art, that is so I feel with that song, it's a lot of words, it's a whole he's put all this stuff down, but it comes as like one feeling, one concept. Do you know what I mean? It's like all of this art could be turned into a sentence. It hits you as one concept, one thing, you know. And I'd be interested to know in the comments, like, what does this song mean to you guys individually? Like, what did you feel from this? Because I feel this kind of, it's a song to me about suffering and the mental struggle of like keeping yourself together, and these lyrics about losing an amount of yourself through tears, and losing yourself, and trying to find control in negative ways with self-harm, and it's like, it encapsulates a feeling that I think most people have experienced in one way or another through different situations, whatever they may be. It could be heartbreak, it could be bereavement, it could be mental health, it could be bullying, it could be all kinds of things, it could be all of them. But I think everybody's felt like this song, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? I kind of don't even want to focus on like one particular line or anything like that. It's like the song as a whole. It's like I felt like that song, and it's delivered through the artwork. It's delivered through the delicate voice of Molly McKinna. It's delivered through Ren's beautiful use of poetry, and all of it coming together to form one cohesive, powerful piece of art, you know? Yeah. There's a lot to think about in that one. And I know we've touched on some heavy things there, and I'll put some links in the description if you are struggling in any way, mentally or anything. I'll put like for the USA and the UK, we've got like Samaritans over here and stuff. I'll put some links in there. And yeah, just remember, guys, if you're struggling with anything, I mean, I may have like misread this song completely, and this may be just like how it's kind of coming across to me. You might be in the comments like, that's not what I got from this song at all. Like, I don't know, where are you okay? I'm okay. I'm fine. But there have been times where I haven't been, and this song has, I don't know, it hasn't brought it back, but it's certainly given me a healthy reminder of how dark it can get in there. You know what I mean? And even though I'm in a very, very good place now, genuinely very, very happy and healthy, and you know, I certainly haven't hurt myself or anything in many years now. I know that there may be people who are watching who are in that place right now, and yeah, I just wanted to say, no matter how much it feels like forever and eternal, and suffering, you can't even remember what happiness is, you will find it again. So you've just got to hold on and reach out and keep talking, and don't isolate yourself, and keep listening to music, because honestly, music was one of the main things that got me through. And I think that's why Ren in particular as an artist is extremely important in what he's doing, because I think this music could help a lot of people, and it has, will, and continues to. Yeah, it's just, it's something special, isn't it? All right, guys, If you enjoy my reaction videos, hit the subscribe button. If you want to make a request, I have a buy me a coffee. Any support on there just helps me give more time to doing these videos, and I love doing them and I love talking to you guys. Take care, everybody. Peace and love.